To tour or not to tour? If you're an avid traveler like we are, or you've done a lot of traveling in the past, then you've likely experienced group tours along your way. There are many different schools of thought regarding whether or not tours are a great way to travel. We happen to think they are a fantastic way to see things that maybe you wouldn't see otherwise, or to experience a new place or a new country that maybe you're not super comfortable or super familiar with. So recently we did a tour with a group in Mexico, and it was our very first private tour. We have done plenty of tours in the past, tours, excursions, expeditions, things like that, but never a private tour. And today we want to tell you about the 6 reasons we think you should go private. Reason number 1, custom tours. If you are choosing a cookie cutter tour that is not private, you don't necessarily get to pick and choose the things that you want to see and do. If you book a private tour, you get to really create an experience that is unique to your group and that really focuses on the things that matter to you. Number 2, and arguably the best part, single pickups. With private tours, you get one pickup, one time, and then it's straight off to the location. Number 3, early entry. This is not something I've considered before, but it is a reason that we, in the past, have tended not to do so many group tours because we don't love the idea of going to attractions or destinations where there will be hundreds and hundreds of other tourists. We like to see things you know, when it's a bit more quiet and a bit more intimately and sort of the way the locals would experience it. So on a private tour, something we really loved was that we arrived at certain destinations before all the crowds. Number 4, flexibility and scheduling. In traditional tours, you don't have a lot of choice when it comes to how much time you get to spend at each destination. If there are 5 or 6 things that you're seeing in one day and you really love one of them, you get to stay longer. And if there's something you're not really that interested in, then you don't have to stay as long. You can stop by, check it out, and then hit the road because it's on your own schedule, which we love. 5, hospitality of your tour guides and the experience as a whole. In our recent trip to Mexico on this private tour, we were excited to learn not only did we have our own tour guides, 3 of them, but we also had our very own bus, which I mentioned earlier in this video, and on that bus, we had plenty of snacks that were provided for us. We had drinks, the bus was licensed, they provided water. It took the whole experience to another level. The tour guides were super helpful. They couldn't do enough for us. Anything we needed or wanted to make our trip and our experience better, they provided. And finally, our number 6 reason to go private is because it lets you experience more of the local flavor. Now, I know what you're thinking. There is mixed feelings among the traveler industry about going on tours versus experiencing a place on your own, and I think there are pros and cons to both. Many would say if you're on a tour, you're not experiencing what the locals would experience and that you're missing some of that local flavor. But on our recent private tour, and I think many others, we got to go into certain towns and certain communities that we would not have done otherwise because we didn't know about them. We got to eat at a local hotspot restaurant. There were no other tourists there, all locals. It was fantastic. It was actually one of our favorite parts of the entire tour. And those are things we wouldn't have known had we not been on that private tour. We hope you found this helpful in planning your next adventure, and if you are considering taking a tour, we would encourage you to look into the possibility of a private tour versus a public one. We loved it. We know you'll love it too. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that share button, and subscribe to our channel for more.